Hitler's armies had conquered Poland, Holland, and Belgium in quick succession. Next, the Nazi blitzkrieg overwhelmed France, and the British army were forced to retreat from Dunkirk. Now Adolf Hitler stood, just as Napoleon had stood, more than 100 years before, and looked across the English Channel to the one fighting obstacle that stood between him and world domination. A tiny island, Great Britain. The preliminaries were over. It was time for the main event. Hitler spent the next 6 weeks planning the invasion and occupation of Britain. It was codenamed Operation Sea Lion, and Hitler knew that if the Nazis could obtain air superiority, then they could launch an invasion.
Germany wins the Battle of Britain. For the last 6 weeks, the Luftwaffe have been dogfighting with the Royal Air Force over southern England. First, they knocked out the radar stations, airfields and factories. Next, they took on the fighters until there were no fighters left. Now, with air superiority over the English Channel, the Nazis are ready to launch Operation Sea Lion. 10,000 German paratroopers land on the south coast of England. The Home Guard are no match for these elite troops, and the port of Dover is captured. The Nazi stormtroopers have a foothold on Britain, and they're here to stay. 80,000 soldiers and 4,000 panzer tanks cross the English Channel. They land in 3 waves on a wide front, and before the British can react, the Nazis secure a beachhead. The British Army launch a counterattack, but fleeing civilians, a lack of artillery, and harassment by the Luftwaffe drive them into retreat. Central London is destroyed in a massive air raid. Winston Churchill is killed by a direct hit on the war rooms. The nation mourns, whilst the advancing Germans seem unstoppable. The remnants of the British Army, along with the government, flee to Worcester to make a final stand. The royal family are evacuated to Canada. German troops march into London. The last beacon of freedom is extinguished in Europe. Adolf Hitler reigns supreme.
And there she is. London is part of the German Reich. Welcome everybody, Panzer King back here in the Lion's Den. Bringing you Operation Winter Solace, Germany's turn, 15.1. That's right, we've gone to the big old 15. And this turn, we're going to do a few things. A few things here, a few things there. Nothing too crazy. We're going to roll for our tech. We're going to do, still going after advanced mechanized heavy armor, jet fighters, and I believe that's long-range aircraft and radar. So, I guess probably without further ado, we probably should just dive right into that and see what we get, because that might help determine what we're going to do this turn. So, let's see what fate has in store. Not a lot. Well, we got long-range aircraft, and we finally got advanced mechanized. But that is about it. Okay, well, I guess that makes life somewhat easier for me. Maybe. Maybe not. We'll see. So, we'll move that up on the board. Finally, though, that will help us out considerably this turn. I think, anyways. We'll see. So we got long-range aircraft and we got advanced mechanized, which means we can develop advanced mechanized and Panzer Grenadiers, either or. I don't think we have to build advanced mechanized first. We can build Panzer Grenadiers, but there's just 2 of them involved there. And I believe they cost 4. I'm just going to double, or I think, actually no, I think they might cost 5. I'm just going to double check that. I'm pretty sure. 1 second here. They cost $4. So that is okay by me. We'll see what we decide to do here. But right now, this is what Germany is planning to do this turn. Germany is going to put 2 infantry into London, repair the damaged factory, also put a militia, an extra factory, and a fortification. That's what they're going to build in London this turn. Germany back in the home country, we're going to build 3 Fallschirmjägers, the 10th, the 21st, and the 11th. And we're going to finally build from our technology we got, I think, last turn, heavy strategic bomber. A new 6-engine bomber on the board. Which means we got this money left over. And I was holding off to decide what I want to do with it. So I think it would be prudent to invest in just a fighter this turn, and that's what we'll do. We will put a fighter on the board. Now that gives us a total of $10 more. You know what? I think with $10 more on the board, I could really use some more air power. But I know if I can only build 2 Panzer Grenadiers per turn, you know what, I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to build 2 Panzer Grenadiers. Now I could build another advanced mech, but I want to build a militia and another militia. So we're going to build 2 militia. And we're going to build 2 Panzer Grenadiers. And we're going to pull these sculpts out and put them on the board. And that's what we will do with that. Okay, so that is our buy, guys. I think it's a respectable buy, but has to be done this turn if we want to hold London, or try to hold London anyways. But let's talk about our attacks, shall we? So, Germany has decided to do a few aggressive moves this turn, but then again, Germany always seems to do that. We're going to go into cars. Now, this is hardly aggressive. We're up against 1 militia, and we have 4 units we're attacking with. Hopefully, that should be a success. I think we'll avoid the air power, and we'll just see if we can do that with our land units there. Now, down here in the south, we are going to take this air transport, pick up this guy in Crete, and land him, or attack, in Western Egypt. We're going to see if we can start our Africa Corps, maybe open up another front down here. We're going to bring our tactical bomber in, since we can do that now, because we couldn't before. They have a range of 4 aircraft and long-range aircraft, so that gives us a total of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it can land back in Macedonia or anywhere if it sees fit. But it would make more sense to land back in the airbase. And of course, we also got this medium bomber. Now it can also reach there, no problem. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and it can land back in Macedonia once again without a problem with the airbase in Romania and long-range aircraft. Yep, so that's good. Okay, so that's not everything though. We're going to do some convoy rating. These 2 U-boats down here are going to go out into this sea zone and see what kind of commerce we can raid. Now I know the canal is closed, but we should be able to take at least $9 off if we get our rolls correct. So that might help against the British. And our Vichy comrades are going to attack the Free French fleet finally. Yay, some actual combat for the Vichy down there. Aside from that, I think that's it. I think that's all our combat moves. We're just gonna do a few down here in the east. A naval attack move. God knows I probably missed something else, but you know what? That's fine by me. I think we're good to go. So let's roll those convoy raids. We are looking to avoid some low numbers here. And we didn't, so that's good. So both those sites survive. So this one we'll be attacking. We'll do them separately here just so we know which dice they are. So that's good. So obviously we'll do the same thing. Red is attacking, white is neutral, which is what we've adopted for the last few turns. And that is 5. So this is technically at a 5. This is at a 6 with the modifiers. Oh, sorry, no, sorry. This is at a 4. This is at a 7. 7 and 4, so it's a $3 takeoff that we're going to be taking off. And here we go. We got 2 more bucks, because this will go up to 2 and this will go up to 4. So yeah, so in total we got $5. $5 taken off our convoy rating, which is not bad for the German U-boats to come back and do their 4th happy time, which I would hardly call that a happy time, but you know what? It's better than no time at all. Okay, so now our next attack, we're going to be attacking Anatolia. Now I think I have that set up. Maybe I don't. Hold on. Actually, I think I got it set up over here. Yes, I do. So this is what we're attacking with. They're just rolling 1 militia at 2. We're attacking with advanced artillery, advanced self-propelled artillery, I should say. And they're attacking 4, but because it's in the mountains, they'll go down to 3. And the cavalry will stay at 3, and I believe the mountain stays at 2. Actually, I don't know if the cavalry goes down or not. But we'll see if we get a hit here, because that first strike is crucial. I'm banking we're going to get 1 low number somewhere. And we did. We got a first strike. We got 2 first strikes here and here. So yeah, he is done. No retaliatory strikes. So that is a very, very good victory for the Germans. And we will march into Kars. It's worth nothing, aside from the fact that it puts us close to the Transcaucasian oil fields if, for whatever reason, we want to move into that point, which Germany might at some point, but we'll play that one by ear. And all of Turkey now has become German possessed. Now, the fun one down here, at least I call it the fun one, is a medium bomber, Stuka dive bomber, tactical I should say, 1 airborne, and I'll just put this one on the board here. Well, actually, I already have it here. So we know the medium bomber is going to be orange. It's going to be a 7. The tactical is also going to be a 7, so we can bring that into the board. Airborne, now, since we're attacking desert, it does say it goes down 1. Now, usually they get their surprise, but because of that, because they are a land unit, I'm not sure if they go down 1 or not. But either way, they'll be defending 1 against 1. So let's roll that, guys, and see what we got. And we do have a hit. We do have 1 hit on our tactical. And we got a 6. It's close to a 1 and a 5, but all these cocked dice, I'm going where it's primarily fallen, so I will call that one a 6. And if you guys don't like it, well, slap my hand. But that's how we've been playing those cocked dice, because they're always going to be cocked, no matter what you do, even on a straight edge. So, speaking of which, I've actually thought of an idea to come up with an idea to fix that, but that's top secret right now. New design. Anyways, so now Western Egypt has fallen to the Axis powers, and we are now in possession of Western Egypt. These bombers will fly back to Macedonia, where there is a beautiful airfield waiting them, and same with this transport as well. So the transport can go a little bit further because it was in Macedon. So let's just count this out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Actually, you know what? Because it has a range of 6, it can actually go all the way back to Romania. That's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to bring her back to Romania. And that is done there. We'll put a marker on for that. And for the most part, as far as the German turn is, that is, I would say, wrap, aside from place units, non-combat phase, all that good stuff. But you've seen it here. Germany has now expanded its tentacles into Western Egypt. How long they'll be there, well, that's up to fate to decide. So, since we're rolling this turn all at once, let's roll the Vichy down here. I got that attack set up right here. And it's right down here. Now I'll just give you an overview of what's going on. Heavy cruiser and a submarine go their max distance, 1, 2, 3, and are attacking this transport, destroyer, and sub. So, I don't get a first strike on my sub because he is a destroyer, but he does get first strike on me. So that's, you know, who knows? It's kind of a 50-50 draw here. We'll see what happens. Vichy is light blue, Free French is dark blue, and we're attacking with our heavy cruiser at 6 and destroyers at 4. So, let's see how this battle goes down. And coincidentally, there's actually 2 jet fighters there, but no airbase, so they can't scramble into that sea zone. Okay. Oh, devastating. First strike on the sub. Not very good. Oh my goodness. And on top of that, they got a hit on the destroyer as well. We luckily got a hit with our heavy cruiser, so as far as that, I guess we can't reply back with one of those dice, which means, you know what, I probably should not have rolled that. So, yeah, I wonder what I should do. I could re-roll my dice because I want to honor what they did because the first strike, but either way, it just means I can't roll one of them back. So, that's a conundrum for me, guys. Whatever you think. Why don't we just leave that off because he's got 2 hits anyways. And he's obviously sank both our ships. Yeah, so I don't get an attack back anyways. Well, that's too bad. Well, anyways, I get to take off one of his units. Well, that is super frustrating. So we will take off, or I guess it's up to him, sorry, to take off. I'm sure he will take off the submarine, but he can change that if he wants. But sadly, both my ships are gone to the ocean. Gone to the bottom of the ocean. But all good. Anyways, that is the end of the Vichy fleet. I've not had much luck with the Vichy, but you know what? That is war, as they say. So that is done for that combat move, and I think that completes Vichy. And you know what? We might as well roll our lovely recruitment roll. See if we get a 2 or less. Nope, we did not, so we know that. Okay, so let's just do quickly non-combat movement phases here. We're going to do a bit here. We're going to do this right here. We're going to take these 2 strategic bombers, airborne troops into London. These 2 airborne, since they can move to airborne. And since that is the 7th Army in London, we're just going to put them right here. Now we're going to take the damage off the factory since we have paid for that. Paid the $8 on top of that. So that's what we're going to do there. Now we have 3 fighters. And we're going to move in 2 fighters for sure into London. Actually, you know what? We'll put the fighters just on the board here. It's nice just to have the airplanes looking ominous. Now we're going to bring in the medium bombers too. And we'll just put them out there. We'll probably put them all on the board, but for now we'll just do that. They do defend at a 4. You might be wondering why I'm bringing them in. Well, I want a strong defense. Oh, shoot, I missed an attack here. Sorry about that, guys. This right here, this is a seaplane. And actually, I was going to do convoy rating with a seaplane. So I've never done it before, and I was trying to find in the rules how to do it. And I actually talked to General Hand Grenade about it. And basically, it should be the same premise as regular convoy rating. So basically, this seaplane will come out here, go a range of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it has a range of 6. Well, actually, it has a range of 8 now. But it will do a convoy right here and see what it can do to take anything off. Now, it with a mine attack, and I could be wrong, and if I'm wrong, I want you guys to educate me on this, is they don't get the roll for anti-submarine warfare because it's just against submarines. But for convoy rating, dropping the mines, what we do is we get a red and a white dice again. And apparently we roll it again. But if it does, we'll see what happens. Doesn't really make a difference here, but it's kind of a wasted effort. But no worries. I figured we would try it anyways, and obviously it wasn't too successful. Had it been successful, then obviously, hopefully we've done that correctly. So, sorry, that was the one attack I was missing. I knew I was missing something there. So anyways, that is done. Now back to the rest of the non-combat movements. So now we have 4 fighters in London, 2 medium bombers, and 1 Marine and 2 airbornes, right? So that is our current status right now with that. Now we're going to do some more non-combat movements. We have 1 Marine here in Western Germany. We're going to take this Marine and put him, he's going to go down into Belgium. And Belgium has the 15th Army, which is right here, okay? Now one of these Marines in Belgium is going to go over into Picardy, which is, the 9th Army. So then we'll have a Marine there. And then it's going to join up with this other Marine. So we're going to have 2 Marines, and that's coming from Paris. So now we have 2 Marines in Picardy, 2 Marines in Belgium. For whatever reason, if the waterways open up, okay? So that's one thing. We are going to move our armored column here, our 4 tanks, into Alsace-Lorraine. Now you may ask, why doing that? I'll put you down right here and I'll show you. That helps me out a lot. By simply, those 4 tanks can reinforce any invasion. I don't think we have to worry about too much of an invasion right now. There's a few transports around here, but nothing too crazy. I can go into Paris, into Normandy, Paris into Aquitaine, down into the Vichy. We can go into Picardy, into Belgium. We can go into southern Germany, into western Germany. We can even go back to Berlin, right? So those 4 tanks are very vital in that position. So yeah, that really hopefully works very well there. Now what we'll do is we'll do 2 known combats down here. Manstein's going to move up into this area. Actually, you know what? Well, yeah. Manstein's going to move up into that area. I know we have to worry about the strategic bombing here, but he might be planning this up against the Russians. Who knows, right? Or he might be planning it against the Germans. We'll see. Who knows? He might go after the most vulnerable target, which could be us, but that's why we'll have an ace up our sleeve, because we are going to take this anti-aircraft gun, and we have 4 rail movements, and we can move 1 into the Middle East. I'm pretty sure it's just 1. So what we're going to do here is this particular unit is going to rail all the way to Kars, and that's it. We have 3 more rail movements left in Europe, because that was considered, or part of 1, I should say. So what we're going to do here is we're going to make sure to protect against any invasion. We're going to bring 3 troops up from Switzerland, just in case the Americans get a little sneaky, and land them in Western Germany. I doubt they will, but just to be on the safe side, Berlin is still pretty safe. Actually, it is very safe. We have still this fighter right here, which we're going to fly into Western Germany, and that's where that fighter will stay there. Down here, we are going to move this mechanized and this armored into Romania for a few reasons. We're going to move this tank destroyer, thank you very much, tank destroyer, into Macedonia. And we're going to move this tank, we're going to move this tank and mechanized. We're going to do a switcheroo here. This artillery from Estonia, it's going to go down into, what are we here, Latvia. And this mechanized, it's a little busy here, forgive me. And medium armor is going to go up to Estonia. This medium armor here is going to go to Lubinsk. Now we're doing this to hopefully protect against any sneaky attacks by the Russians. And I don't think they're ready yet, and I'm not ready for an attack up there. So This is just to protect our front and also to possibly move south or north if we need to. And what else do we need for what we can do for movements? We're going to take this infantry here, this Volkssturm, and move him into Berlin. Actually, no, we're going to move, we'll move him into Berlin. Why not? We can move him because he's a militia. I just use the Volkssturm sculpts for that. And you know what, guys? I think that's it for... No, wait. Yeah, so we railed those guys out from Western Germany, which I don't think we really need to, but that's fine. We're going to move our troops here. So we got 4 infantry. We got 2 in the Peloponnese, 2 in Thessaly. Now, because of the mountain rule, we're limited to 1. So this motorized will go up 1. This 1 troop will stay in the Peloponnese. And then we'll have 1 troop left in Thessaly. Just gonna grab some infantry. One troop less left in Thessaly, along with 1 motorized. And then we're going to have 2 infantry in Istanbul. Right? No, sorry, Macedonia. Did I do that right? Yes. Those 2 will be in Macedonia. Now we're leaving Istanbul vulnerable. So you know what? Maybe what we should do is we'll leave these guys here. Because we railed up that anti-aircraft gun there. Yeah, that's what we'll do. So, that being said, I think we're fine with that. I think that's it. Sorry for the long video, guys. I just wanted to give you some live action and just show you where my thoughts are. And I think we did our max rail movements. We did this 1 anti-aircraft gun, and then we railed these 3 troops up here north into Western Germany. Doubtful it has to be used like that, but we'll see. It's better to be safe than sorry. Okay, now we're going to place our units. Like I said, we've repaired the damaged factory. That's good. So now there's a fortification in London, and we'll put that right here. Now there's a militia in London, and now there's a 2nd factory in London as well. So we got 2 factories there. And since we repaired it too as well, we can put in 2 infantry, and that's what we'll place in the factory that we had repaired. Now we had completed 3 airborne, so these 2 airborne are going to go into Western Germany. Right. One of these airborne is going to go down into Romania, where my transport is, luckily. And now we have our strategic bomber, which we're going to put into Western Germany. And we built a fighter as well. And this fighter, let's just see here. We have to be prepared for an attack. And you know what? I think right now Paris is pretty safe. I don't see too much damage going on in Paris. I don't see any attacks or landing in Paris. So let's put this fighter in Romania as part of our 2nd build. Down there. And we got 2 Panzer Grenadiers. And these 2 Panzer Grenadiers are going to go into Eastern Germany. Since they are advanced units, they have to be placed there. And then we have 2 militia guys. 2 militia. So where are our militia units going to go? We're going to put 1 in Anatolia, because it's worth 1. I don't know if he has any airborne to try to take it back, which he might. And that's fine. That's his prerogative. And then we're going to have another militia to put somewhere else. Yes, Crete. Just to defend Crete. And that's Germany's turn in a nutshell, guys. Slowly but surely. It has quite the air force. As you can see, the planes just hovering over here. Actually, we'll zoom in just for one glory shot. We got the British jet fighters, the Spitfires, and then we got all those fighters. 3 Bf-109s, 1 Messerschmitt one Focke-Wulf 190, 2 Heinkel medium bombers, 2 strategic ME-264s, and then I think we got one 390 there, plus another Bf 109. So yes, seaplane here as well. And then we got our Southern Air Force all the way down here. So we lost a lot of fighters taking London, but hopefully we'll hold on to it next turn. And that's it, guys. One last thing remains: wartime economy. So let's roll these lucky 2 white dice. See what Germany gets. 6. Well, that's not bad. It's pretty even, Steven. So Germany currently, if this is correct, 61 plus wartime economy. So we got 67 right there. So we got 50, 67, and we get 1 for the Vichy. But also we get our wartime bonuses. And nothing that much has changed, so we don't get the Molotov-Ribbentrop, but everything else we still get. We still get Sweden, which is $3. Romania. So I think we have a total of $6 in bonus money, guys, coming our way. Before we sign out, I'm just gonna double check that right here. Three, 3, 6, and that is it, my friends. Okay, so Panzer King in the Lion's Den. I'm gonna sign off, guys, but hopefully you enjoyed this turn. We're about half an hour into it. And just to give you a quick note, I have started updating my Russians here, and you can see that lime green, and I've started updating my militia, infantry, mechanized. I even got the new fighters here off to the side there, so they are going to be on the board soon. And of course you can see them out here, and I do like these a lot better than the maroon. The maroon, once again, is just, it's so hard to tell against the Italians and the Germans, right? So definitely sets them apart as well. And you can still tell them and differentiate them between the Americans, which are our darker green. Okay, guys, Panzer King Lion's Den. I'm going to pass it off now to Hilltop Pillbox for 15.2. You guys go check that out and see what the Russians have in store in this great Middle-earth battle. Well, we'll see if it happens. Take care, everyone, and stay classy.